How many of you have seen these prayer cards where they have this beautiful, like die cutting throughout them? There's one I have. I actually only have two. This other one I received as a gift from Book and Paper Arts, Kelly. Um, she had a contest for some reason. I can't even remember what it was for, but she sent this to me free. And look at how detailed that cutting is around there. Most of the time, these are prayer cards, and it is difficult and sometimes expensive to run across them. So I'm going to show you how you can do that easily. Now, Kelly over again at Book and Paper Arts, I will link her channel. She has some free digital kits and images of prayer cards over at her website. Now, here's one of them here. And so I printed this off. And what you're going to do is you're going to need dies and a die cutting machine. Now, the ones I have I have this one, Ornate Frames. It is from Stampin' Up, and it had several dies with it. And then I also have this set, which is called, let's see, it's Fancy Frame Dies. And I know Jez at Nigeza Creates, you're going to have these because a lot of these were from Stampin' Up. And so let me show you how easy it is to do that. Now, another tip is just take some low tack tape or washi tape and position your die on top of your image and then run it through your die cutting machine. And then another helpful hint is when you pull it off, if you have this is just a Tupperware container, and then this is just a foam pad, and then this is a die cutting brush. I've got a couple. I've got that one, and then there's also this Spellbinders one. But to help you get all those little pieces off of your die, let me show you what you do. All you have to do is lay it inside of that container, run this over the die itself, and most of those will come out. It looks like still a small one didn't come out. I'm trying to find my pokey tool. I don't know what I did with it, but it looks like then they all came out by using that. And then it falls into this little container, and all you have to do is take the container and throw that in the trash. Now, the other thing is, I know a lot of you may not have these Stampin' Up dies, so I have taken a look on Amazon, and there are some on Amazon, and I will link them in this video so that you have the opportunity to do this same idea. But look at that. Didn't that come out lovely? That's just fantastic. So what you need to do is make sure you print your images on a heavy cardstock. Now this is very vanilla cardstock. And then all you do is you find whatever die will fit your image, lay it in there, and die cut it out. So I did that one with that. Let's see which other ones I have here. Now this one here, this here is from that fancy frame ones, this one here. But what it does, it also cuts out the middle part. So all I'm going to do is lay that in there together like it came out of the die itself. Slip that in there, put it on a piece of cardstock, and that will make for a really nice journaling card. This one, what I was trying to do is just take this small piece, this die here, I'm going to show you it. It was just the outside die, and I thought, well, you know, maybe I can go around the edges. But what happened is it tore up the paper. So to salvage that image, I just took an oval shape and die cut around it. And so I will now be able to use that. Let's see what else I have. Let me show you the images on big pieces of paper so you can see. So this is how they came in when I printed them off. And then this is how it is. Now this one I cut just with paper. So I will have to back this with something a little bit more sturdy. But that's that image. This image here, I could not find a die that fit it. And so all I've done with this one is I've taken a pair of like paper edgers, those fancy scissors, and I've cut around that. Let's see if I think I have that image also cut out. Yes, I took this image and I used this die and cut it out. So isn't that very similar to, you know, this? They are very similar. It gives you the same effect. So that's out of that one. Let's see here what other images I have. This image here, again from Kelly. I used the same die and I cut that one out. This one here, I used the scissors. This one here, again, I used that same die. This one here is there. I'm not sure if I cut her out. I don't think I did. No, I didn't. But those are ready to go. Let's see, this one, did I show this yet? I can't remember. I don't think I cut any out of these, but again, you could use the same die and cut those out. Here's a couple in which I just cut out these. That looks like a communion card. That's similar, but again, they came out perfect. This one here, again, now the edging is a little bit of a different color. Let me see if I can find that one in the way it looked on the page. I may not have that one printed up again because I know Kelly had said, I don't have that one printed up separate, but Kelly had said this part of the card itself was already cut off, but what you could do is just take a blending brush and go over that a little bit, and so then that would be a similar color. But then you could also do like I did here and use the scissors and cut those. Again, another one using a die cut here and another one using the scissors. So those are my ones with the holy cards or prayer images, things like that. Now let me show you something else that you could do. I thought to myself, well, let's see if I can do that with other digitals. Now here is a digital. This is from Rachel, and what I have to do is bring you in a little bit. Okay, this is an image from Rachel over at Roxy Creations, and this is it printed up on a piece of paper. It is called Italian Elements Kit number 2, and here's one image, and I use this die, the same die that I had done for a lot of them, and I cut this out. Isn't that beautiful? And I had backed, this had some other paper on the back of it so that when I had this piece, then it would have something on the back of it so that when I cut that out and make that envelope, because it's all one sheet, I wanted something already backed on it. And then here's this one. This is just, oh, it almost looks like a spine, but I cut that out using just a square. This one right here. So there's 2 from Rachel's kit. I've got another one here of Rachel's kits. I think this is from the same kit, the Elements, but look at this. So here it is on white paper. Here it is on that very vanilla cardstock. And you can see here in the original, it does have a little bit of white coming up there and a little crinkle there. So you have the same here, but again, I used this larger die for it. And then for this one, I used this pair of scissors. So won't those be pretty journaling cards? So those are a couple using Rachel's digitals. And then in my collection, I have a lot of bird images. And these images are going to be in my Etsy store for you to be able to have. There's 2 sheets And let me show you what I did with them. So this image right here with this bird, I took again one of these fancy frame ones in which it cuts out the middle. Let's see, I'm not sure where it is in my pile, but anyway, it does cut out the middle. And so all I'm going to do for that is, again, lay it on some very vanilla cardstock. And even just that is really pretty. But then I will put that in there. And then that will make a pretty journaling card with a bird image. Let's see. Then I have this image here, okay, which is the same as this one. Now, when you look at it like that, you think to yourself, well, that's pretty. It is. It's pretty. But look at it there. Look at it next to that. Now, to me, this is much prettier. And then again, I have another one. It's this image here. Here it is, just cut out with a pair of scissors. Here it is using a die. Isn't that pretty? Beautiful. And then I have a third one. Now here is the image. Looks pretty plain. And I didn't cut it out separate, but that's what it looks like using the die. And again, they're pretty substantial. You could decorate this if you wanted to. So those are those. So anyway, if you want to be able to make your own embellished either prayer cards or journaling cards in which they're just a little bit different than just plainly cut out, use your dies. Aren't these gorgeous? Use your dies and cut them out, and you will have lots and lots to pick from. So thanks so much for joining me today for this quick tip Thursday. And I will see you guys again next Thursday. Thanks and bye-bye.